And we back. Welcome back to another episode of the Get Buckets podcast, powered by Hardwood Basketball. I'm your host, Musa Marathi. I wanted to start since the seniors are going to be going on their way after this year, I really wanted to, get the best ones in the county and just some seniors I felt played well over their final season and bring them on the podcast. And I'm proud to present my first senior of this series, Camden Smith from Brazier.
What's good, y'all?
So Camden, I honestly didn't have your stats ready, but do you from memory, would you want to just let them know how much you averaged?
Bro, I didn't. I had a drought at the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like 13 points or something like that at the very end of the season. I started off with 26 per game my first 8 games, and
Yeah.
I lost. Our team lost like 4 games in a row, and my points per game just went straight down. But I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. But at the beginning, y'all were like 9-1 on the season?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, that region. Y'all had a tough region though. I'll give it that. Y'all had a tough region.
Hey, bro.
Yeah.
Church, High Point, Southside Christian, and St. Joe's.
Yeah. And some of those all those schools almost used to be 2A last year. I mean, including y'all, but like all of them except for like High Point and Southside Christian.
Here.
Yeah. And I mean, who is it? Christ Church is still in it right now, still in the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm rooting for them.
Yeah. I think they play someone Beckham or in the championship on Saturday.
Yeah, exactly. But, I wanted to go to one of their games, but dude, I just couldn't find any time to.
Yeah.
Work and college stuff and things like that.
Yeah. But the first question I really wanted to ask was, how would you say your season went individually and team-wise overall, counting region and non-region?
I think as a team, our team played really well. I don't think we ever really started games very well. I think that was our biggest struggle. We never started well. We always ended really strong, but some games it was just too late to kick it up a notch. Individually, I think I played pretty well. I played good enough to play next year in college. So I think I mean, it is what it is. I'm proud of my team. We've had one of the best records that Brazier's had. Very few that we've actually had double-digit wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I had a ton of fun with those guys too.
Yeah. And in case people don't know, you came from Woodmont the previous year.
Yeah, I played Woodmont for 2.5 years. I transferred halfway through junior year.
Oh, you transferred during junior year?
Yeah, I played half the year and then transferred to Brazier.
Word. And then did Ryan transfer after his junior year?
Yeah, Ryan didn't. Ryan played freshman at Brazier, sophomore at Woodmont. He didn't play junior year, and transferred when I transferred. Yep. And
okay.
Together.
Okay. And you were talking about just what you would playing at the next level. Is that something you're interested in and playing in college?
Yeah, it's something I plan on doing. I have one offer from a junior college out in Utah called Snow College. It's where my dad played. So my dad played 2 years of JUCO and then played at the D1 level at Tennessee University. My older brother plays Division II at Arkansas Tech. So yeah, basketball is kind of a big deal for us.
Yeah.
I am actually at the moment I'm reaching out to other schools to get a tryout set up or something like that. I have one set that I can go to, but they're a better team, so I'm trying to reach out to them.
No, for sure, yeah. So it's in the blood for sure, just basketball. Yeah, I mean, one thing I feel like, when people talk about and this is for you personally, people talk about like the athleticism in the area. Everybody thinks about what Cohen Carr, obviously, and Justin Ray. But I mean, I saw. Didn't you catch one at High Point? You caught somebody.
But I had 5 body-to-body contact. I had 2 against Green Charter. I'm not going to hate on Green Charter. It was the first year having a basketball team, so they're still getting used to it. I had one against Whitmire, and then Shannon Forest, and then at High Point. So
Oh,
yeah,
you caught one on Shannon?
I did. Yep, I'm gonna get
Dang,
a video eventually, and I will post a video about it. Um, but yeah, it was a 2-foot drop step
dang.
over someone. So yeah, it was a pretty nice dunk. It was my favorite. People
Yeah,
at High Point was their favorite, but I like it.
yeah. Nah, and I mean that team. That's a good team as well.
Oh yeah, we got waxed.
Yeah,
We,
yeah.
it felt good, but at the end of the game, I was like, that dunk didn't even mean anything to me because
Yeah. Yeah, and they also have one dude that can jump pretty high on their team. I think Jake Sully or something like that. He's not one of the main 3 guys, but I know.
yeah, they were missing Nolan, their best player, and we still got beat pretty bad. But I mean,
Yeah.
Shanford far in the state tournament, so
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know. They went 8 for 8 in the first quarter on 3-pointers.
Dang.
So it was. I think we had like 8 points in the first quarter. They just
Wow.
it was bad.
Yeah. But yeah, I've been trying to tell people like because a lot of people don't follow 1A as much as the bigger schools,
Yeah.
but just you know even I think when I ranked just the seniors, I had you in there, and I just was like, yeah, the bounce, like people don't know, but you be pulling up the potential and stuff. It's
Yeah, I'll pull up and people be like, because I'm like 6 foot, 6'1"
yeah,
and I'll be throwing down some nice windmills, stuff like that. I'm a white guy, and everyone's like, I got some scrawny legs. I weigh 170, so I'm not a big guy, and everyone's like, how's you getting up so high? It's
hmm
just it's funny to surprise them,
yeah,
but yeah.
yeah. No, that's funny, bro. Wait. How young were you when you started dunking?
I had so it's a funny story. I had my first dunk. Oh crap, I almost lost it. August 14th, before my freshman year, so before school year started.
Sheesh.
Um, my next dunk didn't happen until January though, and
Oh.
I couldn't dunk consistently until the summer after freshman year. That was when I had one hand 100% down. Had my
hmm
hand. Junior year was when I learned to jump off of 2 legs, and then senior year is just I've been throwing down everything. I've yet to hit it.
Yeah.
I've yet to hit an East Bay though. That's the next goal.
Yeah. Nah, word. That's crazy. Most people out here just trying to get their first dunk in.
I know, I know. Asked, what do you do for your balance? And I was like, jump. You got to practice dunking to get better at dunking. And then people be
Yeah.
like, oh, what about? So I get in the weight room a lot. Going to the gym is one of my favorite things, and I'll do hip thrusts. People be like, that
Yeah.
can't be doing that. Hip thrust is one of the best workouts to jump higher. And I was like, NFL players do it, NBA players do it. I was like, if you want to jump higher, do some hip thrusts. And
Yeah. Word. I didn't even know that.
yeah, I learned it from. I went to basketball camp with an NFL player, for athletic purposes and stuff like that. He was like, hip thrusts are one of the best ways to get faster and jump higher. I was like, bet.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
I've been doing hip thrusts, sleds, squats, everything.
Yeah. Word. Yeah. Nah, I mean, it seems to be working.
Yeah,
Seems to be working. I have here on one of my questions, going back to just your final season. What would you say was your favorite part of the season, if you could pinpoint?
um, man, I don't know. Uh, it might have to be the practice. I'm not gonna lie, the practices and like the stuff we did in the locker rooms were just those were some of the we did some weird things, crazy things in the locker room. But the practices, dude, the practices would get ugly. I mean, everybody. I mean, Nick and I would be yelling at each other. talking crap the entire time. My brother plays on my team, and
Yeah.
I would never stop talking to him. Um, I had some bodies in practice, and I would just never let that guy hear the end of it. Our practices were just super competitive, and they were always fun. I mean, we always
Yeah.
made sure that we worked each other. Yes,
No,
that's
yeah.
the best part.
No, for sure. Especially, I mean, that's like the part where, a lot of people don't see like the behind the scenes.
Yep.
And I mean, that can always it's a lot. It goes a lot further than even what goes on the court because whatever goes on behind the scenes, people don't see. But you know,
It
that's what. Yeah, yeah, it translates for sure. I also had here. Just we already talked about some of your strengths, but what would you say are some of your weaknesses and strengths in basketball?
Weaknesses, I would say, I like to get in my head when I'm not playing very well. Um, and then I I think the IQ and just knowing what to do in basketball is another weakness. I don't.
Hmm.
I think I'm confident in my shooting, dribbling, and being able to score and take care of the ball. But I think just what to do with the ball sometimes is where I struggle. And then if I mess up, I had one game where I missed two layups in a row, and it just
Yeah,
went in my head. It was my worst game of the season. I think there's just don't if you're gonna if you're gonna play basketball, you can't let the small things get in your head, and I would let that happen. But that was one of my biggest weaknesses.
yeah, especially mental. It always affects your external in the
Oh,
end, and it goes a lot deeper than
yep,
what. Yeah, whatever is going on in your head is what's gonna show like in outside of your body.
exactly. For everybody who wants to play at the college level, um, coaches, one of the biggest things is not it's so they look at effort and then they look at body language. And if you
Yeah.
have very good body language, they'd be like, I want him on my team.
Hmm.
Some games I struggle with that, and hopefully some of these coaches won't look at those games, but
Yeah.
um, it is what it is. I'll work
Yeah.
on
Yeah. I mean, at least you know what your weaknesses are, so you can work on them instead of denying, how it is.
exactly. Yep.
Yeah. And then, this one, this is probably just the last question I really had. What players would you say inspire you, like at any level? It could really be any level, family members, any of that.
I would say my older brother, the one at Arkansas Tech, he helps a lot. Um, he's not even here, but I think what I've been through with him for basketball, that's always helped. And then um, who else? I I love watching these two. I love watching Jalen Green. And I love watching Sharif Cooper, like high school, college, everything. Their highlights. Um,
Hmm.
because I like to play my game like Jalen Green. He just moves so everything he does is just so smooth. He
Yeah.
shoots, super athletic. Um, I love watching him, but I think those guys are probably like the people I want to be like or I look up to pretty much.
Yeah. And those are even like not the, super big names in the NBA yet, but just like the guys trying to make it out.
They were just the guys who caught my eye when they were
Yeah.
young. I've been watching them
Hmm.
since.
No, for sure. Yeah. Those are the ball is life type
Exactly.
players right there.
Yep. That's right.
But yeah, you've been playing for a while. I know I said that was my last question, but do you have any, before we go, any words of encouragement for, future Brazier players, future players in general on just how to take advantage of these 4 years? Because obviously, they go by quick and you're already a senior at this point. So anything you would like to say?
I I wish every single I promise you every single basketball player will say this. I wish I worked harder and I think I got when I moved to Brazier, I think I got too comfortable with being at Brazier and I think it translated sometimes in my individual practice. Um like when I was at Woodmont I wasn't the best. Um I had like one or two guys who were above me, and I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to play more than them. I wanted to play their position, and it just gave me something to work for. But if you, it really, you have to want it pretty much. You have to work. You have to work a lot harder than you think. Like right now, now that I'm out of high school, it's people are like, "Well, it's so sad that you're done with basketball." I was like, "It's never done. It's never over. If you're playing at the next level,
Mm-hmm.
it's over." But you're straight to practice 3 hours every single day. Um, I learned to practice right too late. I think like the
Mm.
practice basketball. I also started. Some people were like, "You've been playing for a long time." I really haven't. I didn't take basketball serious until I was like the end of my 8th grade year.
Okay.
I started playing basketball in 7th grade, but I think a 5-year-old could beat me when I was so bad. My parents
Yeah.
would argue to see who would have to go to my games. It was that bad.
Where did you go to middle school?
I lived in Arkansas at the time,
Oh, okay.
so yeah, I was in Russellville. That's where I was, and it was bad. But I took it serious at that age. I practiced every single morning. Um, but yeah, I didn't really play well until I was probably a sophomore. Freshman year, I was on the freshman team, and I just wish I worked harder in high school. And
Mm-hmm.
guys, dude, you gotta work, bro. You gotta want it. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
At Brazier, you gotta listen to your seniors. I'm telling you, they've had more like and uh, Andrew Hutchins has been varsity, so he's rising junior. He's been on varsity every single year.
Yeah.
Ton of experience. I've listened to him too, but um, you gotta listen to the people who've been there. I think
Yeah.
a lot too.
Nah, for sure. And even I'd be thinking that same thing. Like people in middle school, they think if they were like superstars in middle school, it's just gonna translate right over, and they don't really have to work as hard. But it's a
Yep.
whole different level playing against guys that are 18, 17, 19, maybe even. Like it's a whole
Yeah.
different level.
At college, I've had some college runs at local schools.
Yeah.
Visit at Anderson, visit at Limestone, and man, the one thing that stood out to me was how conditioned they were.
Yeah.
Dude, I was dying every
Mm-hmm.
time. It was like they weren't even breathing hard. I was fighting for my life running down the court.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, if you think middle school is easy, dude, high school is way harder than, well, if you go
Yeah.
tougher school and stuff like that. And then college,
Yeah.
just
Different level.
high school athletes make it to college level. So you gotta really want it.
Wait, repeat that?
7% of college of high school athletes make it to college.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it just
At
shows.
any level.
Yep, exactly. At D
Mm-hmm.
two JUCO, 7%.
Yeah. Exactly. And yeah, it's huge. It's a big difference.
It
But
really,
yeah, that whole you really gotta want it. Like no one else can want it. Your parents can't want it for you. That's definitely huge.
yeah. My dad was one of the biggest guys I wish to listen to because he played at the D1 level,
Mm-hmm.
and he would always tell me, "What are you doing? Why aren't you? Or you should work on this." I wouldn't listen to him, and now I wish I did, but
Yeah.
I still have an opportunity. So
Exactly. Exactly. But yeah, man, I appreciate you coming on, man. Being my first senior of the first season of the Get Buckets podcast to come on the to come on and just giving your 2 cents on everything, your season, and the next what you're gonna be going on to. It's good to hear that you're still motivated.
right.
For
All right.
sure.
Thanks
All
for
right. Oh yeah, no.
good luck. Get more seniors on here.
Oh yeah, I will, bro. I will. Yours will be the first release. Trust me.
All right, man. I got to email some coaches.
I got you, bro.
I'll see you, man.
All right.